What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? This is Saturday morning, and of course, we are going to be talking about Roberto De Zerbi and his interview because we are going to watch it together here, and we are basically going to kind of break it down. We're going to be doing what do you call it? A breakdown of what he's saying, and in that front, the moment it gives us an opportunity to comment, we are going to then comment on it. So, guys, make sure you guys are locked in. Make sure you guys are ready because we are absolutely coming through. We're just breaking down what he is. So, this is, of course, 17 minutes, which we are not going to watch the entire 17 minutes. We are just going to kind of pick and choose what we feel is the important part about it. And, of course, if you guys want, due to fair use, if you guys want to kind of check this, make sure you guys go and check it from Beanie Man Sports. He's definitely one that gives us a lot of good news and good reports when it comes to um let's see if we can reset something. I don't know what is going on. Something just happened, guys. Pardon us. Let's reactivate everything. Good God. Guys, give me 1 second. Okay, can you guys see us now? Are we better? Are we good now? Are we good? Are we locked in? Because I don't know what just happened. It just literally tweaked out on me right now. But it is telling me that things are okay on this end. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if we are okay on this end. Okay, so yes, we are talking about Roberto Di Zerbi, okay? We are talking about Roberto Di Zerbi, and this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one because we are going to be focusing on what he's talking about. Like I said, we are not going to be watching a lot of things. We are going to be focusing about, of course, you look at this right here, which is kind of the breakdown of the video from Binny Man. We are going to be looking at first week in charge, which I think is going to be good confidence and squad hopes. I don't really think message to the fans is as important, but we'll look at it. Why he took the manager job is not really important. So we have some things that we are going to kind of break down and look at through for the most part. So make sure you guys are locked in. Make sure you guys are locked in because we are absolutely going to get this party started. All right, let's go past the intro because I don't think we really need the intro. We are going straight to the first week in charge of Tottenham Hotspur. Let's begin. I don't really love that fact that he comes out and says he's not better than Thomas Frank or Igor Tudor because it's like, bro, the reason why they brought you here is for you to be better than Thomas Frank and Igor Tudor. That's the reason why they brought you here. So for you to be like you're not better than them, it is a little bit worrying on my part. It's a little bit worrying on my part, but like let's keep on going and see what let's see what he's talking about in this situation. All right. Let's go.
To bring my style, myself, my character, my personality, my passion to help the player to first of all to show their qualities because they have a lot of qualities, and then to reach to achieve our target because
I think it's pretty good that he comes out and talks so glowingly about the players because they absolutely need it right now. They absolutely really need it right now. It is a scary thought. It is a scary thought to see that Tottenham Hotspur goes down, and I think a lot of people were so worried about how he would manage the players in these first few games, and it is just good to see that he is not going with the really harsh touch right now. He's going with the sensible, the let's talk about it, let's figure it out, and let's come together. You are that talented of a player, and I think that's clever for him for right now. So yeah, let's keep going.
uh, is the most important part now is our target.
Sounds like they've enjoyed your training too. Now you've worked with them for a week, are you even more confident that you can keep this huge club in the Premier League?
Yes, yes. Um, I knew before to work with them. I understood they are good guys. The fans are. They have to be happy because all players are good guys. They are suffering
Of course, guys, you have to also understand that this is English is not his first language. Italian, of course, we know that's what his first language is. I believe so. But you could also see that he has the interpreter next to him, so it's going to take him a while to be able to convey all his thought and processes to this team. So we need to be kind of a little bit careful and hopeful that they can get it as quick as possible, because usually that language barrier can be such an annoying thing and can be such a nagging thing for a lot of players. So let's be careful about that and just give them grace for the most part, especially in the first half.
for this difficult situation. Um, I want to see on the game because during the week is easier, but I think the voice inside of the pitch is changed. I'm I observed them at the beginning of my time last week, and now I'm more positive for sure.
Well, that's I think that right there is just him trying to sweet talk the fans, for the fans to actually show up. For the fans to actually show up, because right now he did not really answer the question about like survival, whether he thought the survival hopes are high for Tottenham Hotspur. So I'm a little bit skeptical about that situation, and I'm a little bit worried that he did not go straight up to say this is what it is, this is what it is, this is what it is. So I would. It's a little bit scary. It's not the best point of view. However, um, I think he's also buying his time. You understand? He's also being careful about what he says, just so he doesn't overpromise or kind of put too much pressure on the players. And I think that's absolutely critical. You understand? Very critical in this situation for right now. But instead of us kind of looking at message to the fans, well, let's see message to the fans. I think it's going to be easy to kind of break it out a little bit. Let's go.
Many Spurs fans are very happy with your appointment. If there are some that are still having concerns, what is your message to them?
I have no any message because also in the last game against Nottingham Forest, they were fantastic before the game. No,
That's really good that he actually knows that that's what they did. You understand? Because Tottenham fans absolutely came out in numbers. That's the best situation that I've seen in English football in a long time. Honestly, when it comes to that fandom, that's the best I've seen in a long time. And I think it's absolutely brilliant that he first says, hey, kudos to what you guys did last week or what you guys did the last time that you played. I think it's really, really clever in that sense, for sure.
the message is for my staff, for my players. We have to deserve their support because the
course, he's giving us the manager's talk. So you gotta deserve it. You have to fight for and fight for them to come and support us. And I think that's all well and good for sure, for the most part. Yeah.
Fans are suffering like us, like the players. But for the fans, there is just one club, just one team. The player can change team, club, but for the fans is unique their club. So we have to make happy our fans, playing well with the right spirit, with the right attitude, with the right behavior on the pitch, and then I think it's easier to make points.
I think it's brilliant what he said there. To me, that has been the best thing that he has said in this live or in this interview so far. He literally said something that blew my mind. He said, "Look, we of course we need to deserve it, but we also, if I let's go back. I will stop it when you hear it.
Club, just one team.
Yes, this is what he said in this situation. He says, look, the players, based on what I'm understanding, he says, look, the players have opportunities to go elsewhere. But the fans have one club. They are unique. They are bought into this club. This club does mean a whole lot to them. And this is me just putting some je ne sais quoi and judging what he said up in terms of paraphrasing. But that's what is so critical. That's what is paining the sports fans so much because they see their players absolutely not give 100%, absolutely walk on the field, not put the attitude, not put the fight, not put all those things. And that right there is the critical part about the situation. I think he absolutely covered it in that spot, this particular situation. Let's hear what he says again before we go into the next one.
So in the last game against Nottingham Forest, they were fantastic before the game. No, the message is for my staff, for my players. We have to deserve their support
Sport.
because the fans are suffering like us, like the players. But for the fans, there is just one club, just one team. The player can change team, club, but for the fans is unique their club. So we have to make happy our fans, playing well with the right spirit, with the right
I think it's pretty good that he speaks about this, and a lot of people have kind of gone through the whole situation about like um why he took the Tottenham job, and I don't think that we need to do that in this video. This video should just be about Tottenham Hotspur. It should just be about them staying up in the Premier League. So let's go directly to Kudus setback and attacking options. I think that would be a good one for us to kind of tackle
Obviously,
also.
you and the club have been hit with a big blow, knowing that Mohamed Kudus has suffered an injury. Can I just confirm what's the nature of the injury, and does it rule him out for the rest of the season and maybe even the World Cup?
Il tipo di infortunio di Kudus ed è fuori per tutta la stagione e potenzialmente anche per la Coppa del Mondo.
Yes, I started not to with too big lucky, but yes, Kudus was in my head a crucial player.
Look at that. I have to stop it there. Mohamed Kudus, best player in Tottenham Hotspur. He is the most crucial player right now for Tottenham Hotspur. And them having another setback for Mohamed Kudus' injury is not good. And you can see the manager here. When he comes into the club, one thing is for sure. We need to understand before managers take a job, they absolutely go through list of all the players that they have in the club who are going to be crucial to them and what kind of playing style is he going to be able to kind of wrap those teams around. And Mohamed Kudus is one of the few people that he can do that for Tottenham Hotspur. Another person is Odubert, it's not Odubert in terms of what's his name, the guy, the blonde haired kid for Tottenham Hotspur, Archie Gray. You understand? Archie Gray, another person that is so big for Tottenham Hotspur, especially going forward. You understand? Of course, James Madison could be one thing, but I don't really think James Madison is as crucial as Mohamed Kudus. And it's so good that he brought it up and he's actually saying it here. But let's get back into it.
especially for the position. But we have to look forward anyway. I think we have a lot of very good attackers, and we have to help them to put them in the best condition to show their qualities. Because Colomoni, I know, is not playing a great season, but is a good player. I know.
What he just did there. You guys don't even understand the rope dope that he just did in that situation. They asked him about Mohamed Kudus. He knows he's not going to get Mohamed Kudus in this season anymore. I don't think Mohamed Kudus is coming back at all this season because of the setback. However, he uses that opportunity, praises Mohamed Kudus, and then goes on because he knows he doesn't have Mohamed Kudus. So it's not going to be good to spend the whole 30 minutes talking about Mohamed Kudus. He goes on and then talks about Polomwani. He talks about Polomwani, praising Polomwani, saying, yes, I understand he hasn't played a good season, but he's such a good player. And he is absolutely right. Keep on, man.
Him like Matistel. I wanted him in Marseille in when I was in Marseille. Xavi Simons is a big talent. Richarlison Solanke, you know, maybe better than me. And so we have to put them in the best condition we can.
And how is
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. But let's go into the contract and if he's staying or going down, that kind of situation. I think that's a good question to
And
kind of
he
tackle.
must be very confident about keeping Spurs up because we understood there is no break clause in your contract if they were to go down. Is that correct?
Bravo.
That's crazy. Usually, managers will never confirm or deny what is in their contract. But this man is so bold. He's like, "Yep, there's no breaking contract. If we go down, I'm going down with them." And I think it's absolutely brilliant. He also shows the team that look. I am here to stay. I am here to fight, and I am going to fight whether we win or we don't. So get on board right now. And it also gives him the absolute authority. He gives him the absolute authority in that dressing room because that's one thing that Thomas Frank lacked. That's one thing that Igor Tudor lacked because everybody looked at Igor Tudor as a stopgap. But this guy, with the 5-year contract that he got, with the amount of money around 15 million reportedly that he got every year, in this job, plus the fact that he did not put a break in the contract, is absolutely brilliant. I think it's a brilliant psychological move for the players to be motivated because, bro, we got this guy. We staying here. We ain't going nowhere. And I think that's brilliant from him to answer. But let's go back.
Listen,
See,
I believe to keep the Premier League first of all has to be
that's good. That right there is absolutely for the fans. The first thing, we are going to stay in the Premier League.
clear for everyone because I want to work in Premier League, and I think I deserve to work in Premier League. But the main sense of my work is more than league. And anyway, if I sign my contract in April, I have to be ready to stay no matter what in the next season. So I want to stay focused on Sunderland and the other 6 game again. But my idea is very clear.
Okay, so that gave me a little bit of of concern because he didn't really talk about the 5 years. He literally just spoke about the 1 year. He just literally says, "Look, I want to coach in the Premier League, and that's what I want to do, and I think I deserve to coach in the Premier League," which is absolutely right. He is that good of a manager. But then he goes on and then talks about the goal to be here next year. And I think that is him just focusing on saying, look, I am going to be in the Premier League. I'm not even giving myself a plan B to go into the Champions League and bring them back. I think it's a brilliant strategy. However, I know Tottenham fans might kind of read that in a little bit of a different tone and situation. So let's go into, instead of summer exit and transfer, which is going to give them the runaround, which every Premier League manager gives them the run around in this situation. Let's go to style and fit in terms of short terms priorities. Let's go.
My final question, you mentioned your style quite a few times. It was good to watch at Brighton, I have to say. And Spurs fans like a certain style, going back to the 70s with Glenn Hoddle and Ozzy Ardiles and right through. Your style and Spurs, are they the ideal marriage, the ideal fit?
But listen, my style is one part about the style of play and one part about the character, the personality. I have no time enough to work in the principle or in build up so much or in the last 20 meters. I want to give organization with the ball and without the ball, 2-3 principle without the ball, 2-3 principle for more, something more in ball possession, in offensive phase, and that's it. What I want to do, what I want to achieve immediately is the character, is the
Oh, this man is hitting on every freaking note. He is hitting on every freaking note, and I'm loving it so far. Jesus Lord. I think they just might have gotten the manager for their future. I really think Tottenham Hotspur might have gotten the manager for their future, and every Tottenham Hotspur fan should be excited. If there's one thing that we all spoke about, was that Tottenham Hotspur and Roberto De Zerbi could not go into this remaining 6 games talking about style of play. It's talking about the character, talking about the confidence, talking about the cojones that he brought to Brighton Hove Albion. Brighton is still using his style of play till this day. That is how good this man has been able to impact. And Bloom, who is the owner of Brighton, understood and saw how good that the style is, and then made sure that he found somebody to still play that style. And that is what Roberto De Zerbi might be bringing. But the key part about the situation is that he understands that getting the character right first is just as important as the play style. Getting the character right first leads to smooth sailing when you're telling them to play things like, for instance, giving Vicario the confidence to hold the ball and then pass it on, and giving the likes of Van de Ven or Romero the opportunity to say, oh, I'm going to hold it and I'm going to allow the flow or the press to dictate where I go next. Because one thing is for sure, if you watch Lewis Dunk, if you watch what's the guy, Van Bruggen, I believe his name, in Brighton, and how they played as the centre-back pairing for Brighton Hove Albion while De Zerbi was there, you would absolutely see that they did not move when they were not meant to move. The only time they moved was when the press happened, the press started, and then you start seeing a lot of shapes opening up, and the next thing, De Zerbi and his team is in your 18-yard box without even you knowing it. Can't wait to see Tottenham Hotspur play like that, but I just know that this man has the right idea. Get the character first. Get them understanding that they can actually play this way, and before you start bringing your style. I think it's brilliant. But go ahead, De Zerbi.
is the right spirit, the right courage to play, to attack, because the DNA of this club, of this squad, is to find the goal, to score. And I can, in this part, I can be able to transfer not in too much time my principle. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Roberto, you obviously know a lot of these players from the outside. Are there any in this last week of training that have surprised you when you've seen them really up close and personal? Maybe younger players like Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall, anyone?
By the way, the guy that I was looking for in terms of the blonde hair, his name is Lucas Bergvall. That was the name that I couldn't remember. But yeah, Lucas Bergvall, absolutely talented guy.
But in the last period, I watched a lot of game, especially of Tottenham. Uh, yes, one thing is to watch the game on at home, and the different things is to work with them on the pitch. We have very big players, young players, Bergvall, Archie Gray, Matistel, Xavi Simons. But anyway, we have older players, very, very important, as Van der Ven. Van der Ven is a crucial player for me, like Romero.
The calling out of names is brilliant. The fact that he's absolutely using them by names, he's basically calling out players that he believes will be very important to him in this fight. And he's calling them out, their names by name, to absolutely get them ready for this. You understand? He has mentioned Michael Stell twice already in this interview. He has already spoken about how he wanted Matteo Stell to join him at Marseille, and Matteo Stell decided to go to Tottenham Hotspur. This is the crazy thing. I will be shocked. I will be shocked if the game against Sunderland does not start Matthias Stell. I'm going to be absolutely shocked. I believe Matthias Stell is going to be there. In fact, put it on Kaushi. Put your money on it. Matthias Stell is going to start for Tottenham Hotspur. And I believe Xavi Simons is also going to start for Tottenham Hotspur because he has mentioned his players almost 3 times in this interview already. That's, to me, is a very clever thing to do. But let's go.
Like Porro,
And exactly, positively.
like Solanke. I want to see again the same Gallagher I I loved in Chelsea time, and I think I'm lucky because I have a big confidence in my players, in their qualities, and for me, my target is to help them to play well, to enjoy with the ball, because their characteristic are very clear for me.
All right, guys. If you guys want to absolutely go watch the full video, of course you see it right here. It's Beanie Man Sports, and I'm going to try and tag the video here. I'm going to basically put a link in the description and also in the comments so you guys can go watch the full video. So I just think it's very, very brilliant in my mind the way De Zerbi is approaching this situation. He's approaching it in a way that in the media he is praising the players. Also, when he goes indoors, you can see him walking with Archie Gray. You can see him walking with Bergvall. You can see him talking to Van de Ven. You can see him talking to every single person that he can talk to. It is absolutely clear that this manager is bringing his team to Tottenham Hotspur. He is bringing his style to Tottenham Hotspur. He is bringing every single thing that I believe he is bringing to Tottenham Hotspur, and I believe he's going to survive. He is going to keep these people in the Premier League this season, and it is going to go to greater heights, especially next season. The key part about this situation is that I don't believe Tottenham Hotspur should be going on any freaking tour. They should allow De Zerbi sit with his team, drill them like a drill sergeant or a SEAL team drill sergeant for freaking weeks, months. You understand? When they come back from holidays, he needs to drill them instead of them going out to play games. Of course, you're going to have to give them practice games to kind of play against another team in order to give them condition for the Premier League. but he needs the time, and I believe he's going to get the time. But let me know what you guys think about this. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you guys consider giving us that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below what you think would be the prediction for tomorrow's game, which is Sunderland versus Tottenham Hotspur at the Stadium of Light. I'll see